have an executive session for.
I want to clarify something just while you're here, just briefly. I would hope people, when they read things on blogs, do not necessarily, I don't know what's happened to us as a country that we are now assuming the worst. And instead of acting like intelligent adults and checking on the information, we gleefully applaud and cheer and say, isn't that wonderful? We knew there was some dirt somewhere. In one of these blogs, the council was made to look stupid and incompetent. We run a very honest town. Transparency is everything. Mr. Ingersoll's reputation to me is so wonderful, and his love and dedication to this town is unqualified. And it pains me to see the joy that people wanted to believe the worst. And I think we need to look into our collective souls and say, what has happened to us? That we don't take the person for the merit we've seen in their behavior and their devotion to something that he has done. And find the correct answer and not assume the wrong one. I'm very proud of Mr. Ingersoll, and I'm proud of the councils I've served on. For all these years, we've had good moments and bad moments, which everybody does have. But we work for the same goal: transparency and honesty and integrity. And I want to look at Mr. Ingersoll, our town manager, and say, I'm sorry people said some very unpleasant things about you that are not true.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor, I'd like to add something right there.
Yes.
Every time there's been a contested mayoral election, there's a rumor that pops up about the severance for Bill. Cut right to the chase. And I've heard this from time and time again. And I have been given credit for being the starter of this rumor. I know that it wasn't me, but at the same time, I did not move to swell the rumor. I should have looked for the detail in the personnel file. I did not. And it should have been right up front to kill it when it came to me. I had planned to take a look at this after the election in the detail. I found out earlier that what I was looking for. There is no, the rumor is totally baseless.
Totally.
Absolutely. We are in total compliance with the state law. We participate with the state retirement system. It is completely in line with that. And Bill, I apologize that I didn't move ahead and come to you and terminate this thing, at least from my end. But it got started with a life of its own. It got on the internet, and normally this thing just fizzled out when people always complaining. It didn't do that this time. It was a travesty that has to be corrected. And I'm going to say it here, that my problem was that I didn't come and terminate it earlier. So I apologize, Bill, because it's my fault. We've been friends for 30 years, and I should have just moved right straight with it. But this is inexcusable for myself and for the town.
Well, it's inexcusable that this went on so long and people chimed in and joined in. I find it heartbreaking this is what we've become. And once again, loud and clear, false.
I want to speak to election in general, and I'm just going to wait till my word report. I'm going to do it now since you brought it up. I went to all three of the forums, and this is not an endorsement of Mabel, because I didn't endorse any candidates.
You can if you'd like. and besides, that will actually
Why don't you wait till you hear what I have to say, Mabel? You carried it right to the end. You won't even let me say anything nice about
I
it.
wanted everybody to think we were
I
friends.
can't even say anything nice about it.
Oh, mommy, go ahead.
All right, you were the only person that was serving on the council that I heard say nice things about the and one of your opponents did too, for the third ward. Mostly I heard detrimental things about the town government and how it's run and how the town is going to hell in a handbasket because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And I want to set the record straight. Since we just went through a recession, it's the worst since 1929. Not one town employee was laid off. Not one town employee was given a furlough. Nor was any services cut. Everybody got the services that they've always had. And guess what? We didn't raise taxes. Now, look to the county. I'm sorry, Mr. Pick, but the county had to go through that. They had to do some cutting. They had to do some. We didn't do it. Our government is that good in this town. Look to the state of Maryland. Believe me, the state of Maryland, I know because I'm a retiree from the state of Maryland. They did some cutting, and they did some furloughing, and they did some closing. We did not do that in this town. So for people to make out like this government is not functioning properly, it's ridiculous. And then we did hear that rumor, and it was fanned by some of the people that should know better, and that Mr. Ingersoll would cost us $250,000 if he retired. It's just not true. There's a cap on it. He's been losing vacation and sick leave for years because he didn't take it. But yet you hear that after $250,000. If he doesn't like the mayor, he's gonna leave and we're gonna cost us $250,000. That's not true. And then the other day, when that statement was made that the town lost $3.5 million because we waived some kind of shore hookup out of the Coventry Farm. Absolute falsehood, plus the fact, all it would have taken would have been one phone call. All I had to do was call the town hall and say, is it true we waived the Coventry Feeding Farm? That wasn't done. Now, where did that information come from? And maybe we'll hear tonight where the information came from. I hope so. But, we're not going down the drain, and the town of Chestertown is running well.